Welcome everyone, Yo Bro Gaming Review Channel. Of course, as always, I'm Zach, and sorry I missed Monday night's review for Raw, but Raw really sucked on Monday. And as I mentioned in a video earlier today, me and Wayne, we were busy this weekend figuring out what to do with the channel, figuring out what to do as far as what content we wanted to do. But I'm still here. I'm still doing my NXT reviews, and this is your NXT review for March 2nd, 2016. Almost said 17. This one was from the CFE Arena in Orlando. This is their last show there this week for their tapings there. And NXT show tonight was definitely not the greatest of NXT shows I've seen up till the main event tonight. It was a lot of quick squash matches. I mean, their matches are usually quick, but these were like squash matches tonight. And it started right off the gate with the Vaudevillains versus a couple of guys I've never seen or heard of, and Hugo Knox and Tucker Knight. This is going to be an easy one to review. Vaudevillains, they worked great as a team. They squashed these guys. They had maybe 35 to 40 seconds of offense in this match. The rest of it was Vaudevillains. They worked over, I think his name is Hugo. They worked over Hugo the entire match. He finally got a hot tag to Tucker, and he was in there 30 seconds later. They hit the whirling dervish, and they got the pinfall. Like I said, I just went cross-eyed. The match was super quick, and yeah. So then you get a Emma and Dana Brooke interview where they talked about Peraza last week losing to Asuka. Oh my god, Asuka is so great. Anyway. Yeah, and they said, why be surprised? And then Emma went on to say that and she was going to win her match tonight. Then they showed, because tonight's main event was the Finn Balor Neville match. So they showed a little package about Finn Balor and what he's done so far in NXT. It was a nice little package. It played the Finn Balor theme, which I like. That music, I could listen to that, and I'd probably be pumped if I were at the gym. It's freaking awesome music. Then they showed the footage from last week's brawl with Dash, Dawson, Enzo, and Cass outside the Performance Center. Saw it last week, discussed it last week. They had those guys talk. Enzo and Cash said that Dash and Dawson are gutless, and then they're going to beat them, stand over them with their belts, and they're going to be the new tag team champions. No, they won't, because we already know Jordan and Gable are going to the NXT show. Then Dash and Dawson said that Enzo and Cass were done sneak attacking him because Dash hurt his arm, and that they were going to beat them, and if they wanted a shot at their titles, wanted to hold them so bad that they could spit shine them. Which led to the announcement March 12th, and it's a WWE Network special called Roadblock, and Enzo and Cash are going to get a tag team title match against Dash and Dawson. I'll talk more about that probably on Raw, because I think they're going to have the Ambrose Triple H match at that. So I'll talk about it, because it's a rough weekend for me. So then we got the Emma with Dana taking on Santana Garrett. Santana looked all right. She did good. A little bit of offense in the match, but this was definitely Emma's match. Emma was super offensive in this match. And yeah, you had Dana interfere a couple times, pulling the hair of Santana, but Emma ended up hitting the Emma lock, and that was it. So then we see William Regal backstage talking to Eva Marie and Jax, and he says that he heard their interview last week, and he agrees that they deserve to be respected, that they deserve to get what's coming to them. So he said that their next opponents in a tag team match will be Bayley and Asuka next week. I'm pretty sure he meant next week. You notice I'm flying right through this tonight. This was like I said, this was a easy NXT to review. So, William Regal then comes out, and he introduces the next acquisition for NXT. The world's greatest man, the greatest man who ever lived, Austin freaking Aries. I have been waiting for... There's a group of guys in TNA that I have been waiting to see come to the WWE, that I have been waiting to see, whether it be the NXT roster or the main roster, that I've wanted to see, that I've wanted to watch wrestle there, on my game. I've made dream matches with them, and finally going to get to see it. Now, this was taped a month or so ago, 6 weeks or so, so I knew this was going to happen, and like I said last week, it's probably going to be Austin Aries, no spoiler there, and it was just great to see Austin Aries come out. It was super, super short-lived, with Baron Corbin coming out and attacking him from behind. He pummeled Austin Aries, was just vicious and violent with it. He ended up giving him the end of days on the outside of the ring, tossed him into the freaking LED thing on the ring apron, then took the Austin Aries shirt and threw it at William Regal and said, "Eye for an eye," and then walked off. Now, considering how much I enjoy Austin Aries, and I know he's getting older in age, so he probably won't be on the NXT roster for too long. I'm hoping they'll move him up to the main roster quickly. But I don't agree with you bringing in an acquisition, a guy like Austin Aries with the potential, with the movesets and the ability overall of an Austin Aries. I don't agree with that. That's kind of like, oh yeah, hey, welcome to NXT. We're going to make you Baron Corbin's bitch. And that's how we're going to introduce you. You didn't get to speak a word. He didn't get to do anything. And that pissed me off. But I'll move on. Steve Cutter, another guy I've never heard of, taking on Elias Samson, the Drifter. Samson was intense. Samson was very aggressive. Cutler, he tried to fight back, but it didn't really work out too well. Samson was just way too much for him. And I see them building this guy as a very quiet guy. He kind of looks like Damien Sandow in the face. But he ends up hitting that. They haven't given it a name, but the swinging neckbreaker looks freaking violent. But he hit him with that, and he got the win. And that was it. He walked away. He comes in, he does what he's doing, and he walks away. I'm digging the Elias Samson character. Not a lot of people are, but I am, because I just like his attitude. Come in, do the job, walk out. It's freaking awesome. So then the Hype Bros are backstage, and they talk about their beatings that they've been getting from the Vaudevillains, the fact that they lost them, how they think it's a good thing, how it'll make them take it up a notch, how, they can refocus and become more aggressive, and that they messed with the wrong guys, and that they'll rough them up and beat them so bad that they can't talk since they don't want to talk. And then you see the Vaudevillains come out from behind the area, behind the pylon, and just smile and look at each other. And didn't say a word. It's really kind of creepy now that I think about it. Anyways, so then you see the promo for Neville and what he's done. They did not show one bit of his NXT footage in that. It was all his WWE thing. They're still pushing him as being Breakout Star of the Year, even though... Okay, look, he's NXT native. Why did they not show him from NXT? He's freaking amazing in NXT, and I'm super happy to see him in this. But they didn't do Neville any justice. Even when he comes to NXT, they're still pushing Neville down. Maybe some will disagree with me and think that it was a good little thing that they showed, but whatever. So we get to the match, and Neville comes out, decent ovation. Finn Balor comes out, of course, great ovation. Todd and Corey Graves start talking about the whole Bullet Club thing and what do they think, and Corey's kind of just adverting it like, hey, he was in Japan, both men were in Japan, both had great times, great careers over in Japan. Yes, he's one of the founders of the Bullet Club. Finn Balor is. Bullet Club is coming to WWE. I don't know if it's NXT yet. I haven't heard nothing. I know Nakamura is coming to NXT, but he's not really supposed to be there that long. But I'm not in the news breaking business, so you didn't hear nothing from me. So Finn Balor, he got a great ovation. The crowd showed both of the men respect at the beginning, this is awesome chants and whatnot. So they kept going, the match started off good. Both men just went straight at it, just right for the kill. It was a back and forth match. This was a wrestling clinic. These guys, this on the level of NXT, I think has been one of the better matches I've seen in the last 6 to 7 months with NXT. And there's been a hell of a lot really great matches. And there's going to be another great match next week, which I'll get to after this. But Finn Balor was aggressive. Neville was aggressive. Neville had control, then Finn had control. It was a very back and forth battle. Both men took it to a limit. You had Finn Balor, getting tossed over the ropes with Neville doing springboard moonsaults, and then reversals for pins, reversals for finishing maneuvers. And the end of it really went like, where am I at? Yeah, you had the springboard moonsault by Neville to the outside. You ended up having Neville, getting Balor back in. Neville ends up getting a reversal done on him by Balor. Balor ends up throwing him into the turnbuckle 3 different times, giving him chops each time. It was a nice little touch. I ain't seen nothing like that before. Then Balor, started picking up momentum, hit some strikes, and then, of course, Neville got another counter. Ends up more back and forth. Freaking Neville gets in the corner, tries to go for a red arrow, and you end up with Balor giving him an enziguri as a counter. And then he ends up, knocking Neville off of there, and then he goes diving, suicide dive over the ropes. And then I got a little freaked out for a second. You ended up with Finn Balor on the ropes, standing like he's about to get a superplex. And freaking Neville, as they're starting to fall, jumps up, hits him with this crazy-ass freaking hurricane. I thought he was going to break his neck. I did. It was insane. I thought he was going to get his neck broken. But, he ended up kicking out of that. Then you end up having, another red arrow attempt that gets countered. Then you had a pin attempt by him, some sort of crazy victory roll type. Balor got pinned. It was with a bridge. He kicked out of that. Bunch of hard clotheslines. A drop kick to Neville into the corner by Balor. Then he hit the coup de grace, picked him up, gave him the reverse DDT. I don't know the name, if they have named it. And then he ends up getting the pinfall. So your winner of this was Finn Balor in what was a fantastic match. Went about 23 minutes. Freaking, like I said, hands down, best match of this night. At a night that was really kind of lame. Like, I love NXT, but tonight was kind of a lame NXT tonight. But it is what it is. This match was phenomenal. I'm looking forward to next week. Possibly Bayley and Asuka taking on Nia Jax and Eva Marie. I don't know what they're doing with the women's title picture. I'm still convinced it's going to be Asuka and Bayley, or some sort of a tag team match going into the takeover in Dallas. But then next week is also Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe, and a number 1 contenders 2 out of 3 falls match, and I'm hyped for that one. Next week, I think, will be a lot better than what this week was. They'll be back at Full Sail University. The crowd there is going to be crazy. So I'm looking forward to it more than I am anything. But overall, this show was okay. Next week, I think, will be far better. So if you like this video, hit that like button. You can follow us on all our social media, Twitter, Facebook. Wayne, you can follow him on his PlayStation Network account, Punisher19. I'm going to throw that out there. He is looking for people to battle with on the internet. He's got Call of Duty, so if you want to bring it. He's ready to battle people. So, and here, you can tell people. Jump in here real quick and you tell them. He's in here. He's just kind of sitting around.
One game soon. One game.
You're so close.
No, one game trilogy soon that I'll be soon getting is the Little Big Planet games, because those games are just plain adorable.
So yeah, battle him at that.
Mm-hmm.
He missed all of NXT. He was napping. So
yeah, I was tired.
But it's okay. So yeah, you can follow us on all our social media. Facebook, Twitter, YoBro Gaming and Reviews. That's the basis, the gist of it. YoBro Gaming 1 is Twitter. So thank you guys for watching. I'm Zach.
I'm Wayne.
And he just dropped in to say hi. See you guys in the next video.
And you see me?
I'll talk to you guys later.
You see me? And I disappear. You see me? And disappear. You see me? And now you don't. Here I am, and I'm gone. Hello, cheese, and I'm gone. Hello. Now you see me?
You don't. And here I am. And you can't see me.